Hello, 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 and welcome everyone. It is January the 22nd, and we are kicking off Snowy's Game Dev Daily number 15, I believe. That is correct. Ooh, 15. Let's go. Not a bad start to the year. Curious how many we'll get through in Jan. Probably like 20-ish at the rate I'm going. But yeah, been enjoying them so far. Time seems to fly when I'm just, in the thick of it, working. And I'll try to keep consistent with these going forwards. Okay, so what were we doing last time? When we left off, we were working on the water jet spell, and I couldn't quite get the hitboxes to work properly. So we're probably gonna just spend today doing our best to try and fix that. So that's gonna be priority number 1. And then we'll work on some other stuff afterwards, probably. So yeah, clearly doesn't work how we're wanting it to. The jet itself comes out perfectly fine, but we absolutely have issues when it comes to the box casting that handles the collision. So we gotta figure out what the hell's going on there. That is our main goal. Alright, so this is where we left off. There's 2 sections to this. Well, there's 2 sections where we do box cast. There's one in the constructor itself. And there's one, I should say the start function, not the constructor. And there's also one in the fixed update. So we want to get either of these to work ideally, because neither of them are. I think I want to refine. Okay, we're gonna really focus in on just firing it directly right, I think, for this session. I'm gonna fire it in different directions. I just want to get it working, firing directly right. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna print out a bunch of information. So we're just gonna log pretty much all our inputs into this box cast and make sure that nothing looks strange. So I think there's 5 inputs. Origin, size, angle, direction, distance. Origin, size, angle, direction, distance. I'm not going to worry about the layer mask. I know the layer mask works. That's definitely not going to change. So that's the size. This is the angle. The direction is this. Some of these values I'm extremely confident on, but we'll take a look at the rest. I think this one I'm not certain on. I mean, everything else should be more or less correct, more or less what I'm expecting. I wonder if this shouldn't be right. Maybe it should be up. I'll leave it as right for now. I think it's meant to be right. Anyway, let's take a look. So let's see what the console spits out at us. Clear this. Okay, actually the first thing I'm gonna do is figure out where else I'm logging and get rid of those. Because apparently I'm printing a bunch of other logs elsewhere. Yeah. And I'm gonna put this, I'll do it up here actually. There's no count to worry about. So let's just start with the initial blast first. The initial box cast. Clear the logs. Okay. origin, negative 3.48, negative 1.52. The size is 0.01 by 0.77, which is a really thin rectangle. The angle is 0, the direction is right, and the distance is 0.23. And everything here I'm happy with, except this one I'm not confident with at all. So that's what I want to figure out. Origin. Oh, right, because I'm printing origin. Okay, I get negative 3.48, negative 1.52. Okay, actually, let me recheck then. So I'm going to jump up here. First thing I'm going to do is go to the scene and check my player's position. It's about 17.3, approximately. So if I fire, I should see around 17.3 here. 17.6, 2.91. So it looks like it's shooting from a bit underneath our center. I feel like a Y should match exactly. And then 17.64 makes sense because it needs to account for the fact that it's off center from my character. I don't know why, you know, it probably rounds it to 2 decimal places, which is why it's 2.91. In which case, that looks correct. Let me clear it again. Fire. Origin, 17.64, 2.91. Size is 0.01, 0.77. Angle is 0. Direction, 1.00, 0.00. Distance, 0.23. Okay, so for the time being, I'm going to focus just on this initial one. And in fact, I'll leave this in here, it's fine. I want to check if I'm getting a hit. Debug.log. Hits. Now, if I get a hit, I should be moving the objects. Could be that there's something wrong with the positional movement, and it is hitting correctly, potentially. But yeah, it appears like I can't get it to hit. Which is interesting. But yeah, it looks like no matter where I fire it from, I'm curious if there's any point where it will hit. I might just have to be on a different, bit frustrating, huh? Okay, so I can't get a hit at all. Which means that this boxcast is not hitting my enemy here. Let me double check, because we have seen in the past that this hitbox has detached at times. I just have a jet vibing up on the ceiling. Get rid of that. I wonder if that would be causing any issues. Also, what is going on? Okay. It is doing this. Why does it always do this? I don't know what is going on with this dummy, and its sprite is always... Okay, I need to do this and then save it. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, I just need to delete this. Dummy 6, I'll put over here. Hitbox in the right spot. I don't know why that dummy in particular. Then I'm gonna save the scene. Okay, let's try this again then. Because it could have been related to the enemy hitboxes. Oh, it just works. Wait, it's just working. Wait, I just never knew because that's actually somewhat tilting. Okay, left, it doesn't work. And up is also not working properly, clearly, as we can see. But the right does work correctly. Alright. Well, that's good to know. I wish the enemy hitbox wasn't just randomly way off for no reason. Okay. Wasn't showing any of that. I promise it won't happen. Okay, I just noticed. Look at this. The hitbox is off again. I don't know why. Why does it do that? Like, when did it become... Like, what? Apparently I dragged the sprite here. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I will quickly demo though. If I fire the jet to the right, it works as intended. So that's cool. That is good. Which means that what's actually not working is the angle input. Almost certainly. So this angle input right here is not doing what I was hoping it would do. Or it is doing what I'm hoping it'll do, but the direction doesn't rotate with the angle. This could just be the angle of the size. And I still have to make the direction based off of the direction value. So I'm going to try plugging in... Oh wait, I am passing in direction here. Wait, what? Wait, why am I not doing vector 2 right up here? Hello? Did I just forgot to do that? Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, but that's only for the initial one anyway. I mean, if it works, I should be able to fire it left, which it's... Ooh, okay. Okay, issue... Okay, I'm seeing the issue here, I think. Which is that... We've rotated... Oh, I should extend further though, right? Surely. Like it's rotated the, because I would expect it to hit from... like here probably, but it's not. It should be the like width of my character. But okay, I can push it left still. It's obviously not working how I want it to. I mean, it's the same thing with up as well. Like up kinda works. But it's not exactly what we want. So I need to look at the Boxcast all function in the Unity docs. That's really what we're just gonna have to do at this point. And we're just gonna have to look at what exactly the it's the physics 2D one. What does the angle do? That's what I want to know. The angle of the box in degrees. A vector representing the direction of the box. Point in 2D space of the... Yeah, okay, so a problem I'm realizing is that the origin's going to change depending on the angle. So that's an issue. The distance is fine. And I should have the direction fine as well. So I think it's just the origin that needs to be adjusted. Actually, wait, that doesn't even make sense though. Because the position of the hitbox changes. Okay, let's think about this. What we're gonna do is, let's pop into the paint scene. Okay, we have player. And I'm gonna draw player as a green box. So here is player, right? I'll draw a player towards the bottom. Here's player. Now player at the what I'm currently trying to implement, I want player to be able to fire in 3 directions. Directly right, directly up, and directly left. I'm not even accounting for diagonals at the moment. Now, the transformed opposition of this jet projectile for each of these corresponding things should be here, here, and here. Those should be the transform positions. Meaning that when we do the box cast and we set the origin of the box cast to be the transform position, that should be correct. That should just be right. It's too elongated. So, okay, what can we possibly have? Okay, so the things that we can possibly have wrong are why is this not? Oh, whoops, hold on. We have origin, we have size, we have angle, we have direction, and we have distance. So these are the 5 things that we have to worry about here. Now, out of these, the origin should always be correct. This should always be right. As long as I've done this properly, I don't have to worry about the origin. Now, the direction should also be correct under the assumption that the angle doesn't impact the direction, which I don't believe it does. As long as that's true, then the direction's fine as well. The distance is always a static amount. It's just the jet increment. That should also always be fine. Let me double check. Jet increment is equal to an always positive number, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah. It's the bounds. Okay, I guess the jet increment could be wrong when we're pointing it vertically, but it should always be right if you're firing it horizontally. But I think it's correct anyway. Actually, that's something that okay, you know what? We'll take a quick look at that, actually. So let's compare. Let's compare if I fire right, the jet increment is, which is the distance, is 0.23. If I fire left, it's 0.23. Now, if I fire up, I'm concerned it might be different. 0.76. So that doesn't work how I want it to. Because now it's getting the width of this rather than the height of it on spawn. So that's an issue. And what that's telling us is that the distance portion of this is like half right. So vertically, horizontally, it's correct, but vertically, it's incorrect, unfortunately. The size, I think, is always, well, the size and the angle together should always give us, like these two work in conjunction, and I think they should always give us the right thing. Reading the docs here, the size is the size of the box, which is just a 2D vector, a vector 2, and the angle is how far you rotate the box. Which is also fine. Like, unless it's rotating it the wrong way. I mean, I could try putting in negative angle. I don't think that's gonna fix it. Well, the thing is, right, that the angle should be 180 when I fire left. Which I'm pretty sure it is. Let me give it a quick look. I can just verify that. Firing right, it's a 0, and firing left, it's 180. So it's definitely, the angle's correct for sure. And in Unity docs, it says that the angle should be the angle of the box in degrees. So 180 and 0 is effectively the same thing in terms of the rectangle. Like it's just gonna flip it around and then it's the same shape. Because it's symmetrical. Meaning that those should be correct. So then it would be like... so then what's the issue? Direction? Is my direction not changing? Hold on, wait a minute. Fire it right, I have a direction of positive X. Fire it left, it's positive X. Okay, it's some trig shit. Okay, well we figured out the issue between the left and the right. It's actually, it's this. It's the direction. So my direction's not going into negatives for some reason. That's why you just log bloody everything. Okay. So why are we not getting negative directions? I think the X is the sine. Sine 0 degrees is 0, obviously. Sine 180 degrees. Well, actually, hold on. Sine of... Wait, how does this work? Oh, that's fine. Wait, it's cos. It's cos that's getting me the X value. Cos 0 degrees is 1. Cos 180 degrees is 1. Sorry, not 1800. I wanted 180. Wait, cos 180 is negative 1. Why is it not? Wait, what? This should get me negative 1. Oh my god, I got more shit I have to debug now. Okay, holy crap. Okay, debug.log. Extra. So with rotation. So first, oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet this object doesn't have any concept of the fact that it's been rotated. I think we've run into this before. Because it's instantiated rotated. Dude. I bet that's all it is. Like, look, if we debug this, I bet you it's gonna give me a 0 rotation no matter which way I spin it. So obviously if we fire right, we get 0. If I fire left, oh no, never mind. No, it just is giving me the correct rotations. Okay, so then what the hell happens? Something's going wrong here then. Xter and Yder. And then I need... Oh, just Xter is equal to Xter, I guess. Zero, 1, 0. 180, -1. And I get 1.224647 to the power of -16, which is 0, effectively. I am getting -1. So then why is it that when I log the direction... Oh, because I'm logging vector2.right, you dumbass. Wait, yeah, obviously. It's because I'm logging vector2.right. Dude, idiot. Okay, we log direction instead. Okay, it's because I swapped this to vector2.right, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. It should have been direction the whole time. Oh, you know what? This... Oh. I don't think it's going to fix it, but it'd be nice if it did. Okay. Come back. I should see all the correct values on the right. Direction 1, 0. Backwards. Direction -1, 0. Okay, I see the right values. Let's test this. I can push it right. That works. Can I push it left? Okay. So the initial issue was the fact that this guy's hitbox was detached from its body. And I couldn't hit these guys going left or right because they're not tall enough. Well, actually, I can like this. Okay, I don't know why I wasn't getting that to work then, but whatever. It's possible I want to actually give the enemies some momentum rather than just moving them. I think rather than translating their positions, I would alter their speed values instead. That would be a lot better. But right now they don't move like the player does, so they don't have player physics. But I could adjust that later if I wanted to. All it would change is that in this bit where I'm doing transform position, it would instead be updating the enemy's speed value instead. Okay, so we got this to work. Now what isn't working, which I know for sure now, is the size. The size does not work. The size works horizontally, it does not work vertically. And the reason for that is that this X bounds, the X bounds is not good enough. Or the Y bounds. This doesn't work. I want to get... Oh, it's so annoying. How do I get it? I can't use the Y bounds of the box. Why doesn't it work? So normally the Y bounds of the box returns... It's like 0.2. I get 0.2 for the distance. 0.7 for the size. And if I aim it up, it's 0.23. It's way smaller. Oh, yeah, that is correct. Okay. Hold on. Something else I need to do. Let me just delete most of this. So, because we know we know what the last issue is now. It's just for fixing this. So we see 0.1, yeah, 0.23. So that's the issue. Which is this bounds function doesn't take into account the rotation. Unity bound rotation affects bounds dot size. Oh, this is someone saying the opposite. When physics runs, by default during the fixed update, it sees that you've modified the transform and is forced to update everything in that game object, which isn't a good thing to do, by the way. Only then will the collider change, including its bounds. Physics.syncs transforms is what forcibly updates it after modifying the transform. In which case I wonder if I can do this afterwards. Nah, because I'm doing it down here. Well, I could set a value before I sync it. Should always avoid changing transforms, really. Alright, we've read up a bit on the docs. Okay, so my thought is that I might be able to assign this value before I do a sync transform. To get the size. If I have this value here. Wait, why don't I just use, why am I even using this? Why don't I just use size? Wait, what? Wait, hold on a minute. Why don't I just use size here? Where is size used? Size is used to update the scale of the object. And then doesn't it just become this length that I want? Oh, because size gets updated. Okay, fair enough. In that case, I want like a private initial size. You're not helping me, IntelliSense. Like, hello. Oh, because I meant to use float on this. Hold on though. I might just be wrong here anyway. Aren't I using size in this one? No, I'm still not. Because what is this? This is the size of the... It's the size of the hitbox. Oh, I see what... Okay, this size is not changing. Yeah, alright, understood. This is the width. So I can probably call this like jet width. I'm gonna change this from size to jet length just to be a bit clearer. And then instead of having max size, I'll have max length. I think this will reduce some confusion. So jet length, and then I'll also have a private float, which is jet width. And I'll initialize jet width to be this value. I don't know if this is gonna work though, but we can try. Jet width equals this. Now the problem is that I've already instantiated it with that rotation. So I think it won't even matter that I do the sync transforms afterwards. I think it'll still not work. But we'll try. We'll see what happens. Clicking every single wrong tab. I think I'm still debugging the wrong thing, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Hold on. I have to, am I using this jet width anywhere? I'm not, right? Jet width is equal to this, and then let's just debug it for now. Zero, 0.76, 0.76, 3.07. It's actually just giving me different values altogether. That's really weird. I guess it's because it's before I'm doing the sync transform. Local scale is equal to jet length transform.localscale.y. Wait, but this should just set it to the same value, no? Am I crazy? Okay, and then what happens if I put this after the sync transforms? Like, that's gonna give me the same, right? So 0.76 and 3.0. And I put it after the sync transform. 0.76, 2.3. Whoa, what? Okay, the X is the same, but the Y is way different. I mean, I don't want 3 or 0.23. I want them all to be 0.76. Neither of these are working for me. Okay, interesting. Because scale is not equivalent to... Yeah, well, I guess I know that anyway. Okay. So, alright, here's our issue. Here's the issue we're currently facing, right? When I instantiate the jet going right or left, the jet's like this big. And in this case, we're measuring this Y value. This is it in the first frame, right? First frame of the jet instantiated, it's just this thin rectangle. And we're getting this Y value. Now the issue is if I spawn it vertically, right? Instead of measuring this, which is what I wanted to measure, it's actually measuring this. And I thought it wouldn't because it's been rotated, but clearly it is. Which is annoying as shit. Okay, so this thread's not helping. Why is bound size changing when rotating a sphere? Okay, well, that's a completely separate issue, right? How do I get the... retrieve heights of game objects regardless of rotation. Unity. That's what I want to look at. Yeah, that's what I want. It is an axis-aligned bounding box. You rotate, and therefore the height is now more than double. Yeah, this is pretty much fine. One option is to use the game's object collider. You can relatively easily find the height and width of a collider, so this is one way you can measure the dimensions of a game object. A collider, for example, a box collider on the game object will have to fully encompass the object. You can do this by resizing the collider until it stunningly wraps. Then when you want to find a certain dimension of the object, instead of finding that dimension, mcollider.height. I mean, oh, that's not the bounds. Wait, is that different? Hold on. Okay. I think rather than using bounds, I can just use .height. Is that really a thing? No. What did it say in the thread? Capsule collider. Get component box collider 2D. It's .size.y. Oh, instead of bounds, it's .size.y. Ah, okay. So the bounds is relative to the game world, but the size is the actual. Okay, hopefully this works. Fingers crossed. I didn't actually want to update this value, that's fine. What I did want to update was this. Instead of bounds.size, I just want .size.y. In fact, this can probably be size.x as well. Jet increment. Because what happens if I rotate this? This value is going to be different too, right? I think this should also be size.x. Control F bounds. Not an entire solution, just this document, thank you. I want to use size.y. Okay, we're going to see if that resolves the issue. Fingers crossed. We'll debug it as well, just to see what it spits out at us. That'll be a helpful learning moment if this works. 1.92, 1.92, 1.92. Okay. Now, issue is, I think the number's too big. Yeah. Clearly. Why is the number so big is the next question. It's probably the length of the object ignoring the scale. So I probably just have to multiply it by the scale then. So multiplied by jet length is probably what I want. Let's try that. 0.11, now it's too small. What's the relation between these two numbers? Huh. Box collider 2D dot size, the width and height of the rectangle. But then bounds is different. The world space bounding area of the collider. Total size of the box. The width and height of the rectangle. Times transformed at local scale. Yeah, okay. Then you multiply by the local scale to get the actual height. Okay, well let me multiply it by that then. Is that what I want? Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, I have a rectangle, and then I'm gonna rotate it. And now the height I want is not this value, the height I want is this value. Oh my god, this is a pain in the ass. Dude, I swear to god, I'm gonna have like 3 back-to-back dailies where I'm just sitting here doing math. Trying to figure out how collider scales work. So multiply by jet length did not get me what I wanted. Because I'm supposed to be looking at the local scale y. I think that's why. Because the jet length is this, but I actually care about this. Yeah, okay. I think that is right. Where's my unity? Hello? There it is. Wrong button. 1.5. That's still way too big, I think. Okay, so we need the reference for what value actually fits here. So the value that I know that works, debug.log. So correct size for X, or for horizontal, is this with the bounds portion. So I need to figure out how to get this. So let's just do it for facing left and right first. Let's see if we can get that to match up. So correct size is 0.7, which is exactly half the size. That's promising. Now, Bounds mentioned something about being half the extents or some crap. The total size of the box, this is always twice as large as the extents. I don't know what that means, but that's definitely what I want. Like, without a doubt. So we know that this works if we're facing left and right because the Y value is going to be the same. And it gets me a Y value that matches the height of the object. If I use transform.local scale multiplied by the box collider's size, I get a value that's off by half. By a factor of 2. So I think I just divide this by 2. I don't know why it's off though. I want to understand that. 0.767797. Then if I fire it up, it's working. Okay, we've done it. It only took forever, but I've managed to get it. Now, why? Why is it like this? So the local scale scales down. So the box collider has a size, and then that size is in turn reduced by the scale. So this is the size without the scale. The bounds factors the scale in because it takes the world space bounding area. So I have, this is just the size of the collider normally. And then I multiply by the scale, which still gets it to be double. It's still too big. And then I have to divide it by 2. And this works for some reason. I wish I knew why. I mean, it mentions here, bounds at size. This is always twice as large as the extents. I wish I just had someone that could just explain to me what the hell that means. The total size of the box. Okay, I'm gonna look up unity bounds.size. Unity bounds dot. Am I typing this? Who knows? Unity bounds dot size. The total size of the box. This is always twice as large as the extents. Bounds.extents, the extents of the box. This is always half the size of the bounds. Okay, it just means that the distance from the center of the box outwards. Why is it double? How does this make any sense? So the bounds then is the full height of the box. This is correct. I know this is correct. So why is this giving me a value that's double? Like, surely there's a reason for that, no? Is it because of how I've set this up in Unity? Hold on. If I look at the prefab, the jet prefab, I have the jet. The collider's on the jet. It has a size. There's no scaling on this, obviously. 1.92. What were the console logs I was seeing? It was like 0. It was like 1.52, 1.53 or something. I don't get it. I wish I got it, but I don't. Let me quickly do some math here. All right, so we have... It's effectively 1.92. It's 1.92. Multiplied by the y scale is 0.39. 0.76. I get 0.76. Why the hell does the size, the y size, give me a value that's twice as big when I multiply it by the local scale? Is it to do with this? Shouldn't have anything to do with that, I wouldn't think. Like, I don't even change the scale. The scale seems the same. Like, we're at the point where I've already got the solution to the problem. I just don't understand why it's the solution. Size times transform. The local scale is twice as big. I don't see anyone talking about it. Dude, I just want to know what the hell's going on. Why do I have to divide it by 2? I mean, thank God I like caught on that it was just double the value. But why? But why? I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't. I simply don't know. But what I do know is I can plug this in and it'll work. Regardless of which direction I fire it in, it'll work. All right. The moment of truth. Here we go. Fire it right. Okay, actually, I think I know what's wrong there. Oh, that's fine. That's because I need to put the bounds back in on some of this stuff. Okay, the bit where I got rid of all the bounds, I need to put the bounds back in. Let me just control Z a whole bunch because I can't remember what I did. Oh, I changed the jet increment. That's what I did. Okay, hold on. But I should be able to do this now. Dot size dot x multiplied by transform the local scale, and then I think I have to half it just for some reason. Sorry, dot x here. Like you just half it because you feel like it, basically. Like just for shits and gigs, you know. I mean, I'm sure it's not for shits and gigs. I'm just too dumb to know what it's for. And then the moment of truth, fire it vertical. It works. It actually works. Holy shit, that took way too long. Oh, that was just a full hour fixing that shit. Okay. I mean, I want to do more stuff. I was hoping that wouldn't take an entire hour. Okay, well, we got it to work. At some point I gotta figure out like how many box casts and ray casts I do a friggin' frame. So I probably do way too many. Like every fixed update I'm box casting in like every direction. Here's 4 for the player. Every fixed update. So it's probably a base 4, and then if anything, like it'll be like 4 per entity. And then if I'm doing spells and stuff like that, I'm also doing stuff. Like most of my spells do box casting as well. I don't know like how costly that is. Probably not great, but I also don't know what the alternative to doing that is either. I mean, hey, look, maybe we can just be happy. Like debating if I want to do more today. I mean, we fixed the main issue. So when I let go of the key, it stops firing. While I'm holding down the key, it fires, but I also want to forcibly cancel it after a certain amount of time. That was the other thing. Which is going to be part of the spell, I guess. So we'll add a counter in here. Let's have a private int counts, or I should really call it something, expiry count, which is equal to 0. Oh, I guess I won't even set it actually. Private expiry count. When you execute it, casting is equal to true and expiry count becomes equal to 0. Then, while I'm casting, if I'm holding the key, then I want to increment expiry count. So expiry count goes up by 1. And so this is going to happen 50 times a second. So I probably want to have a max duration of like, I don't know, 3 seconds on it maybe. Probably even less than that actually. Probably like 1 second to be honest. So expiry count plus plus, if expiry count is equal to 50, or we'll just do greater than or equal to 50 just to cover our bases. If it's greater than or equal to 50, casting is false and destroy it. Okay, so now there's 2 ways that the spell cancels. It's either by letting go of the button, or if you hold it for a second, it'll disappear. Even a second might be too long, honestly. It might be okay. I don't know. I gotta like test it. Okay, I think if I'm grounded, I want there to be some slight pushback. So if I'm holding the key, expiry count plus plus, I can make that be the last thing it does. Yeah, sure, whatever, it could be the last thing. And then what we'll do is type in a bunch of Ds. No, we want to get the player dot speed. No, yeah, definitely not the speed factor. As speeds of vector 2, right? I want to have it... I want to check which way I'm facing. So if we're grounded, if player dot is grounded, else there should be way more knockback. If player's grounded and we're facing right, well, actually I can just do it like this. Yeah, we can do it like this. Then we want to have player dot speed plus equal new vector 2. And then this is going to be, it's the X value that we care about. So it'll be player dot face right. If we're facing right, it's going to be a positive value. So let's check, let's just look at our player class for reference, right? If I'm holding right, what happens? Right key plus equals acceleration. And Excel is... How does it determine Excel? Oh, do I just have that set in thing? Yeah, I probably do. So is my acceleration must be constant then, it doesn't ramp up. Which I suppose is fine. Well, actually, hold on. What do I do drag? Now I'm speeding up until I hit a top speed, right? When does drag apply? Does it always apply? Drag, if speed. Yeah, okay, drag's like always applying. Okay. If player... I feel like I want to push them by a factor of acceleration. I mean, I should just update their speed value though, no? Play.face right. Either way, it's going to be comma 0. So this is going to be... Wait, I'll just do play.excel. Oh, I can't get that. Okay, I'm just going to do this for now. And just see if it even works. I'm not moving at all. Okay, so my question is why? Casting is equal to true. Okay, but that doesn't affect the player. Player.speed plus equals new vector 2. You can add two vectors together, right? Like that'll just work. I have to assume that that works. Player's facing right. Oh, actually this should be inverted. If I'm facing right, move left. If I'm facing left, move right. Player class. Okay, when we move, where does that happen? Speed. Yeah, I can just set that. What's this? Okay, it's possible that the drag is too much. The drag is just instantly cancelling it out. So what we should do is probably go to Unity and actually look at the player class and see what values I've given it. Jump force 3, jump height 3, excel 0.4, max speed 2. Where's drag? Wait, where is the drag? Do I not have that defined as an input thing? I guess I just hard-coded it. drag. Physics. Oh, I have it set in the physics script. Okay, I can just take a look at that here. 0.2. Okay, it exactly cancels out. All right, good on me. Dumb as shit. I guess it's not really me being dumb. That's just you not knowing what it was. So I think 0.4 then, it will be the same as the acceleration of the player normally. Now I actually don't want myself to get faster is the thing. If I'm on the ground... Oh... Okay, I mean it works. It's doing the thing, right? It's pushing me. It's the same as if I was just walking in that direction. So, you know, we have that working. If I'm holding right, I don't move at all. Maybe it just needs to be... Okay, the thing is that I don't want it to accelerate me towards top speed. Like, that's not what I want. If I'm standing still, I want to be moving at a static speed. I don't want it to accelerate. I kind of want it to be like an extra value tacked on at the end. I mean, maybe I just update the transform position manually? Like, is that bad? It's bad because then I have to do hitbox checking. Which I don't want to have to do. I want to just apply to the speed vector. How do I want this to work? So I want to slide it a constant speed. That overcomes drag, basically. Maybe I need to have like a bonus speed value or something. Because basically what I want to do is, I actually don't want it to be... I want it to just be added on to... where are we? Do I have... Is this in a Git repo? Oh, it bloody is. I'm like looking at all the Git changes, and I'm like, huh, interesting. I guess that shows my file paths and stuff. I probably should hide that. Changes 9,784. You'll love to see it. Okay. What was... I kind of got distracted. So where we're applying the speed, which is right here. Now the issue is if I apply speed to the player, I have to raycast it, no? When is that going to happen in relation to this fixed update? Well, this is only ever going to run after it's done collision checks. So I kind of do want it to apply to this. Probably something I just need to think on for a bit. I'm sure it's not actually that difficult. I'm just overthinking it. Because it's like... If I'm standing on the ground, I just want it to be a flat number that applies on top of whatever my current movement is. But it does collision checks based on my speed. So I want it to be added before collision checks. So like after top speed, I need like a bonus speed thing. Maybe like an external speed value. Which can bypass top speed. Would be something like, would be interesting. So like this is top speed for my character moving normally, but if I'm affected by an external speed force, I can like bypass the cap, and like that's probably how the dash should work too. Dash locks my normal speed value, but applies an external speed. And then I can just add external speed on. Because when I run collision checks, I'm basing all my collision checks off of... Where do I even do collision checks? It's down here. It's all based off my current speed values. So I need it to be in here, but I want to add the value. And it's just going to be a flat value. It's after drag. If I'm stationary, I want it to be like move 0.1 in the direction. Alright, I think I'll give this some more thought in my own time, and we'll pick this up again tomorrow, and hopefully, I'll definitely put in some solution for it tomorrow. We'll just, I don't know, I'll think about how I want to do it. But I think just, like, okay, the issue is, with the way that I've currently set it up, right? With the way it's currently set up, this is gonna add this value every frame, and the value outweighs the... So what I could actually do is I could have it that the first time, if count's 0, if expiry count is 0, and this runs, you give it one immediate burst of speed, and then everything else is just going to account for the drag. But the problem is that say I fire it, like okay, yeah, I guess I should just do this, right? But like, let's say that I shoot it out this way, and then if I press no directional keys, I'd expect it to push me back at a constant rate, not at an acceleration rate, right? It shouldn't accelerate me, it should just be a constant pushback. Hey, what's up, TJR? I'm actually wrapping up pretty soon for the night, but it's going pretty good. I've been doing, look, tonight and today's daily and yesterday's one, where it's been lots of trigonometry and and math-related stuff, so nothing too exciting, but we have set up this, we've tried to get this water jet ability to work, and I'm now looking at making it move me along the ground and stuff. It's moving us way too fast. So, where were we? Okay, we were discussing the drag stuff, right? If I hold nothing, I want it to push him back at a constant rate, which means I need to account for the drag, which means I need to apply negative force that is equivalent to the drag force. However, what happens if after firing the spell, I start moving in the other direction, and I should be able to overcome the force of the jet? Well, now the issue is that the drag's pushing me the other way. Because it's pushing me the other way, I need to account for the drag going in the other direction. It's possible that one thing I should be doing here is just not applying a drag force unless I'm not applying any force. If there's no force being applied, then apply drag. Otherwise, don't apply drag. Potentially. Like, gravity's obviously should always be in effect, pretty much. Just because that makes sense, but a drag force might be simpler if I'm just only applying it when I'm not moving. I don't know. Something to think on. Oh, interestingly, it's... I can, like, glide along the ground, firing it upwards. Okay, that's a little, that's something I have to look at as well, but hey, that's a tomorrow issue. Okay, well, I think with that, I'm pretty much gonna wrap it up for the night. So thanks everyone who stopped by for tuning in. I know you're only in here for a couple minutes, TJR, but again, cheers. I'll be on. I mean, look, I'm always on around the same time every night, so if you want to catch me, it's 9 PM ADT, and whatever that converts to your time, it's about an hour and a half before now, so you can catch me then. But yeah, with that, I'll be concluding today's daily. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you all next stream. Have a good one.